Let's go back to comedy. No, Elephant Graveyard. When I keep saying comedy enforcement, Elephant Graveyard. By the way, comedy enforcement, wherever you are, come back.
Mothership. I bring my opener. He's
We got Abe Martinez. We got Wingers Stingers.
having a rough set. I'm sitting on the balcony watching it. Rogan is standing there watching him bomb like this. Rogan goes, he's bombing, man. He can't be here. And I go, I agree. Kill him. You want to kill him? Kill him right now. We'll break his legs. Get the Navy SEALs. Let's shoot him in the face. And then the kid got off stage, and I felt really bad. I said, listen, you got to go right now. I'm going to kill you. Joe is unhappy, and it looks really bad. You got to get out of this club right now.
The cultists all submit to the authority of its charismatic.
Imagine Rogan having the guts. Imagine Rogan having the gumption. Imagine Rogan having the fucking neck to tell you you're not good at stand-up. To criticize you, to stand there with his arms crossed at the side of the stage, telling you your shit. When Rogan is fucking garbage, man. Garbage. Garbage at fucking stand-up. He loves stand-up, which is why he's got the club. He's one of the only ones that kind of talks really passionately about stand-up and about watching old specials and shit and legendary comedians and comedians who passed away. But he himself is a terrible stand-up comic. So imagine him casting judgment on you as a stand-up at the fucking mothership. I'd be pissed.
Leader who can never be questioned or crossed. He's a supreme leader. In Austin is Comedy North Korea. Comedy cultists must pay tribute to the dear leader by praising him and are expected to excessively embellish his abilities, often to an absurd degree.
How many people on Earth do you think could kill you? 100, to be generous?
Maybe.
Very few people can kill you if they want to.
Maybe. Look at him adding, buying into the gas. Maybe, you know. Maybe 100 people. Fuck off, fucking Joe Rogan. This guy, man, he thinks he's fucking He-Man. Maybe 100 people in the world could kill me. Like, what? He's such a fucking idiot.
This is straight out of the North Korean playbook, where they pretend their dear leader was the world's greatest golfer after shooting 38 under par on his first ever round, including 11 holes in one. Comedy cultists are expected to study the beliefs of their dear leader and prove their commitment and allegiance by repeating his own opinions back to him.
Yeah.
I was doing the cold plunge after I did the sauna. I've incorporated a new thing that I was telling you where I get up first thing in the morning, I get in the cold plunge.
Sauna cold plunge thing? I'm so into it.
That's awesome.
My hotel choice.
You know for sure, when I ever get on Rogan, that's the first thing I'm going to say. I'll be like, oh my God, man, I fucking love cold plunge. To be fair, I need a cold plunge right now. I tweaked my back in the gym yesterday, doing fucking heavy deadlifts, as you can see from my fucking Instagram story. I'm out here lifting some heavy shit. And I think I tweaked my back, I'm not going to lie. I tweaked my fucking back, but there was a bunch of chicks in there yesterday. There was a bunch of mandem in there, and I couldn't act like I tweaked it, so I had to kind of pretend it was okay. But I just really went slow and really kind of locked in my back, made it flat. I remember it's contrary to my technique, but my back is really fucking sore. Like, if I had an ibuprofen right now, I'd be really happy. Honestly, man, like fucking, oh yeah, yo.
I'm solving for places with sauna cold plunge.
Of like a real legitimate professional comedian that can go up and do an hour and kill.
Not many. Arenas, not many.
Not many. Not many for theaters. How many for theaters? Is there 50? 100?
Yeah.
Maybe 100?
Probably less, man.
And by making sure your act panders to dear leader's personal interests and beliefs, you do that, you can tape your special at his spaceship club.
Exactly.
I got 2 daughters. I got a wife. She's a she/her.
You can tape your special at his spaceship club. Spaceship club is fucking hilarious.
Just want to let you know that right off the bat, like. The plumbing matches the pronouns, if you know what I'm talking about.
And really just doing whatever they got to do to appease him, no matter how debasing or humiliating it might be for them.
This is Chris Stefan.
Yo, big up Abe Martinez. Big up Abe Martinez.
You have a gun?
You need blue sign milk.
Yeah.
Girls not impressed.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I need. I need some blue sign milk. Some milk. Exactly. I need some of that, bro. Fucking hell.
Nose very first time ever.
Okay.
Lighting and smoking a cigar.
Okay. Yeah.
Light
Is
that
this
cigar.
the right way?
Yeah.
He's going to vomit. I want to see him vomit.
Get it on there. Get it on there. All right, you're good. Just start pulling.
Now suck
No,
it.
you're not. Breathe in.
Ew, ew.
Puff. Keep puffing. There we
This
go.
is so mean.
Yeah, honest nose. Take a sniff of these bits. Come take a sniff.
Take a smell. Yeah, you want me to go on the other
Yes,
side?
my
Come
king.
take a sniff.
Humiliation.
Yeah, that's right. Get in there.
Humiliation.
That is bad.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
And the most shameful lie of all of them, you got to pretend that Dear Leader is actually funny. You got to laugh at any attempts at humor, no matter.
To be fair, he's funny on the pod and he's on stage. To be fair to fucking Rogan, he's way funnier on the pod than he is on stage. Let's be fair. Let's be fair.
How embarrassing for him or you.
Baby, I'm a baby. It's all about me.
That's what it is.
What are you, some kind of communist? Ori! Why?
Like, I'm a legit world-class comic. Like,
World-class.
I'm real.
Yeah. Everybody knows you're a comic.
The lie functions as a loyalty test.
Congratulations on your magnificent success.
Thank you very much.
And you're a comedian too, huh?
You were murdering so hard when you're climbing on a stool. I was.
Oh, wow. No way is this guy complimenting the stool humping. No way is this guy complimenting Rogan on his stool humping. No fucking way.
It's like, holy fuck. Because we all thought you're just like a famous guy who just does stand up on the side.
Uh-oh.
And we were like, nah, this guy's a murderer.
There it is. This lie is just
Murderer.
so egregious. I had to call this brain science guy called Sam to get some perspective. Hey man, yeah, can you just explain how people could be this dishonest?
The harder the lies are to believe, I mean, really, the impossible lie functions like a
This
loyalty.
is so good. we got Open Graveyard. I love this, man. This like fake Zoom call with Sam Harris. By the way, Sam Harris again, de facto, like he's not welcome back on Rogan. He'd be a good guest as well because they politically don't align and they have differences. That'd be a great fucking episode. Get fucking Sam Harris back on the show, man. Fucking hell. Just having all these sycophants and fucking cock holsters on the fucking show. Get Sam Harris back on there. He's a little bit nuts. He's a little bit loopy. He might suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, but at least he has a different perspective and opinion from Rogan's, and it comes from an intelligent, well-informed place. I'd love to hear them fucking clash heads and go back and forth. That'd be a good fucking pod. But Rogan fucking hates having anybody on that opposes his opinion, so he just kind of leaves it. Like, honestly, I fucking hate it, man. Come on. Get Sam Harris back on the show.
Loyalty test, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Still.
Code for being in the cult is designed
That's
to get
right.
people to believe nothing. So they just realize, okay, who knows?
Yeah, well,
You know,
lucky man.
I'm just
well,
going to
lucky.
be obedient and keep my head down. I'm just going
Yeah.
to put a sign in the window, claiming to believe the big lie, so that that no one drags me out of my shop and beats me to death on the sidewalk. Right? Like
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, thanks,
It
man.
was Hannah Arendt's point.
All right,
in the
yep,
origins
good.
of
Gotta go.
totalitarianism.
Bye.
When loyalty is everything, if you're a ruler who demands total and complete loyalty, you're going to create a circle of liars around yourself.
Ousted comedian Chris D'Elia tried to defend Joe.
Love that, innit? I love how they all say things that like relate to themselves or to Rogan, but they never relate. They never realize it. It's really funny. I don't know if they sneak this in, if they have no fucking awareness, if they're not conscious beings, if they lack discernment, intelligence, understanding, perception. It's just fucking interesting.
Joe's last special, but he really struggled to navigate that maze, trying to find that perfect take that's going to convincingly praise that comedy atrocity.
Rogan's special came out, and I'm happy about it.
It's
so crazy how, like,
my bad.
obviously we know obviously, I honestly haven't seen the reviews.
Why is he fighting so hard to convince himself it was good? It was fucking shit, man.
I saw somebody saying it, and they were like, this is a hacky, this is a hack. And it was straight up just not hacky. The one thing that they have is it's hack. Like super woke people even know what
What's what?
Hello?
is hack.
Hey!
His appeals to Dear Leader through praise are made in hope that one day his gracious hand will reach down to them, bless them with his endorsement and pull them out of their hellish obscurity.
So there's kind of this trickle down, you know?
Now,
once Joe Rogan likes me, then your mom's house goes, want to be on our episode. Once Rogan was like, this Jeff Dye guy's really good, then everyone else has to fall in line.
Right, everyone.
Exactly, and that's the truth of the matter. That's why Luis J. Gomez stopped dissing Brendan. That's why Luis J. Gomez stopped dissing Brendan. He wasn't getting invited to fucking Rogan, which was very clear, and he also wasn't getting looks on other pods. As soon as he fucking got in line, as soon as he started sucking off Brendan, Luis J. Gomez's career within that comedy scene or that comedy podcast scene, through the fucking roof. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, wait, now I gotta treat daddy like dad. I gotta kiss the rings, you know? You don't go on Joe Rogan and then start talking shit. You know, Joe's dad.
The second pillar is they are the anti-mainstream, anti-commercial, anti-establishment underdogs. Dear Leader gained much of his power by selling himself as the antidote to corporate mainstream media.
But that was good though, man. Come on, you can't deny it. This era of Rogan was fucking goated, man. This era of Rogan was fucking goated. Justin TV, the fucking background, spare room shit. Like, that was the best era, man. Best era of Rogan ever. Best era of Rogan ever.
And culture. His platform is now bigger and more influential than the mainstream media he once stood in opposition to. But because being anti-mainstream was such a fundamental part of his sense of self and his show and his audience's identity, they all have to keep pretending that they are not mainstream. Admitting otherwise could collapse their new reality, so they stick together, upholding that pillar, keeping their simulacrum stable.
Rejection, rejection of whatever is going, whatever people think the comedy industry is, because people think the comedy industry is like some group of people with power that control all the and give people specials that don't deserve it. There's all this like weird thoughts about the comedy business. But when the comedy business is only comedians, there's no business element behind it. There's no networks. There's no producers. There's no person, no executive. There's none of that. So it's just wild.
Dear Leader is a billionaire, but instead of running his own show, he's still partnered with the tech establishment. He and all the cultists are connected to the biggest corporations on earth.
Exactly.
But still, they maintain a facade of being independent.
By the way, this is also one of their talents, Not gonna lie. This is also one of their talents. I think the only people that I think do it as well as comedians is DJs. I think stand-up comedians and DJs are really good at appearing like the everyday man, as appearing like the common man, despite being incredibly rich, and also despite being linked up and pally with and in business with big major corporations. They still have an ability to present like they're the everyman. I don't know how they do it, but they do it really well. Maybe it's because they just keep all their stuff off social media. Like Rogan's a good example. Rogan doesn't really post his house, doesn't post his cars, doesn't post his vacations, whatever. All he posts mostly is the steaks and whatever else, right? But he kind of avoids posting most of the wealth and shit. But these guys are extremely wealthy, extremely fucking rich. But they do a good job of like making it seem like they're scrappy upstarts. Oh, I'm getting cancelled. I'm this. Help me this. It's like, brother, you guys make hundreds and thousands of dollars per month. Some of you millions per month. You know what I mean? You're perfectly fine. You're not, no one's cancelling you. Nobody's fucking, and not allowing you to speak. You can speak whenever you want to. You have millions of fans around the fucking world. You sell out some of the biggest arenas, stadiums, theaters, clubs in the fucking world. You get to play wherever the fuck you want. Like, let's fucking relax. But they do a really good job at presenting themselves like they're fucking everyday man, personally. But Wingers, what comedians are terrible at pretending. No, I think that, no, I don't. Maybe what they say, maybe. But I think by and large, I don't think a lot of like, maybe it's just me. I think by and large, people don't really think about comedians and their money. You don't think about that. You just think about their dumb stories and shit. But unless they talk about it, like Bert and Tom, watches and shit, you don't necessarily think about how rich and wealthy they are. You don't actually, like, I don't know. Does a regular person think about Rogan's basically a billionaire from podcasting? Close to, But again, there's not a lot of ostentatious shows or displays of wealth. In my personal opinion, I could be wrong, but I don't interpret. You don't really look at Schultz and those type of guys as being multimillionaires when they all are, Probably everyone on that couch, everyone on that set is a multimillionaire. but no one even thinks about it. Bobby Lee's a good example from fucking Tiger Belly and Bad Friends. He's a multi-millionaire, probably, 4 times over. Do people look at him as being insanely rich and wealthy? Probably not. So I think those are what I'm kind of trying to get at in terms of how they present or come across. And I think that helps them with their comedy. Because I think if they were overly, that's why even Tom and Bert are suffering from that. Talking about their wealth and their riches and yachts and boats and planes and shit, it's hampered their careers. So I think when they stop talking about that sort of stuff and pretend like they're the everyday man, it kind of helps when they play into it as well. You know what I mean? Talking like how many? Look at the amount of times Rogan's mentioned that one time he fucking worked as a roofer, that one time he worked in construction, that one time he worked as a security guard. He talks about that shit ad nauseum, and he probably has been richer. Not probably, he definitely has been richer longer than he's ever been poor. But he talks about those small instances, the short period of time where he was doing regular guy work so often because he knows it connects with regular people more so than the fucking private jet shit. But I could be wrong.
DIY artists. As we all know, Joe got in tight with the U.S. regime and became the government's own.
Yeah, no, you're right. I guess we have to agree to disagree on that one. You're definitely right, Wingers. Yeah, but you also said I got fuck you money. Yeah, for sure. I think I learned about the term fuck you money from Rogan, to be honest. But yeah, you're right. There is that as well. But I think by and large, there is I think they make a conscious effort to not show off how rich they are because they know it's going to turn off some fans. They are conscious of it, in my personal opinion. I think most comedians are conscious of the fact that they make a lot of money. They probably make too much. It's hard to say they make too much money, but they don't make the money they make is not really relative to their talent. They're kind of mediocre in what they do, but that, especially the top echelon ones. But they make so much fucking money being on tour, going on show, whatever they do. But they try not to show off it too much because they know it turns some fans off, and it can make the people think they're not relatable and shit, which fans don't usually like when it comes to comedians.
Comedies are. The regime's comedy puppet dictator, like comedy Lukashenko. He's now literally an extension of the U.S. government, but inside the reality of the mothership cult, he's still the anti-mainstream underdog. And obviously this makes no sense at all, but because all this is taking place inside an anti-reality simulacrum, it somehow just works.
But to be fair as well, what he does really well, what they guys do really well, it's like they're just repeating it. Like they just repeat the fact that they're anti. Look at Joe Rogan's wife's face. That she looks like she's, you know what I mean? She's got all the money. They repeat stuff, innit? When they keep repeating that they're the underdog, when they keep repeating their independent media, when they keep repeating their anti-mainstream, people keep thinking that when they're not, they're obviously mainstream, right? But they just keep repeating things. When you repeat, I've noticed it, especially now I've been doing this show for a while, covering certain people, and I mentioned the other day the Mutahar situation. Lying on social media works because I think by and large, people want to believe a tall tale. They want to believe a story, you know? They want to believe some bit of lore. So if you make up a lore that's convincing enough and just keep repeating it ad nauseum, people are going to buy into it anyway, you know? So it's kind of clever how they do it. Like, you know, pretend you're not that rich, kind of hide your wealth, talk kind of quietly about it, let somebody else get all the bullets like Bert and stuff and Tom, who talk about, like, look at Tom. Tom had to kind of stop talking about his cars because they're turning people off so much and his watches and stuff, and now he just doesn't answer questions at all about his money. Bert's the only idiot flying around private, getting tour buses covered with his face and making people hate him more. But, you know, kind of not talk about that sort of shit while also purporting to be like, you know, have all the biggest stars on your pod, whilst also purporting to be underground and small and independent and a scrappy upstart and talking for the everyday man when really you're not. Like, you know, have personal security guards, live behind a big fucking massive gate, you know, all this sort of shit that's clearly showing you that you're like, you know, you're not like the everyday person. You're definitely in the top 1% or 5%. But they do a good job of keep repeating that, you know, that mantra, keep repeating that phrase that you're, you know, against the mainstream, you're a small person, and people will buy into it, unfortunately.
Have like comedic instincts. Like when you said to Hillary, you'd be in jail. Like that's great timing.
It's funny, you need at least the attitude of a comedian when you're doing this business.
It's the most dangerous business.
Being president is the most dangerous.
Especially you. Imagine if there was assassination attempts on Biden.
Pillar 3. They are
Jesus
real comedians.
Christ.
A special class of human.
Yuck.
An elite artist class. Comedy is sacred. And the mothership is both a holy temple.
I was in the mothership last night, and that audience were like church.
And the center of the comedy universe.
The comedy mothership is the hub of comedy in the world.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's comedy mecca. The green room is the Kaaba, the house of God. Being granted entry is considered one of the cult's highest honors.
We laugh in that green room, and the best thing about the green room is how restrictive it is. You know, that you just can't go in there.
I love him, though. I love him. Honestly, when I open my club, there'll be no green room. When I open my fucking club, there'll be no fucking green room. There'll be a room for the people that want to come and play, but there'll be no fucking green room. No one will be allowed in there. Unless you're DJing, you fucking fuck off and go on the dance floor and do your drugs in the toilets like everybody else. Fuck the green room. Yo, big up Uche in the chat. Big up Queen Uche in the chat. Bang your chest, wagwan, darling.
The comedy czar considers his entry into comedy a religious experience. That transformative moment where he was converted, baptized by Mitzi Shore, and transcended from a civilian into a real comedian.
I remember thinking, I gotta get to the Comedy Store. It was like,
It's Mecca.
It was Mecca. It was a religious call. I mean, if there was anything like that in my life, that was it. She passed me as a non-paid regular after my first audition. I couldn't sleep that night.
Whenever he mentions this story and talks about it, he always seems to cry, innit? I don't know if it's true or real, but he always seems to work himself up to crying every single time he mentions this fucking stupid story.
Real comedian. A real comedian.
Dear Leader's beloved Saint Mitzi must be revered and venerated by the cultists as their adopted spiritual deity. There's this guy here, Jelly Roll. No, he's not a comic, he's a singer.
Whoa, that was his look like. Holy shit, you just look at that.
There's this guy here, Jelly Roll.
Holy shit. He looks like Butterbean, innit? He looks like fucking Butterbean there. Holy shit, so Jelly Roll used to look like. Without the like, thank God he's got face tattoos and that fucking hair and shit, cause god damn. Ew.
No, he's not a comic, he's a singer, but he has successfully joined the mothership cult by carefully studying and obeying the pillars. Here he is performing for Dear Leader, showing his reverence for Saint Mitzi, crying about and praising the woman he's never met.
Speaking of Mitzi's, I was so inspired by the way the mothership has Mitzi's, and it's like an honor to Mitzi's. Touch my soul in such a way.
To be fair to him, he's really good at this. One of the reasons why he's successful, one of the reasons why he's made it, is because of this, which I can't do. It's beyond glazing. Like, these like, is it like empty platitudes? Whatever it is, he's really good at this though. He's fucking world class at it because it sounds believable. Like, it sounds believable. Like, he's the type of person who like, he's the type of person where like, you know like on a job interview, right? He's the type of person that would figure out or like Google search the person who's having a job interview with, find their LinkedIn, find their social media, find out they posted something, you know, whatever, and then mention it in an interview, you know, by happen chance to kind of, you know, fake a little bit of connection and shit. He's the type of person to kind of do that, where it'll come across like he just mentioned it by coincidence, but actually he's been fucking stalking you, IG stalking you, LinkedIn stalking you, Twitter stalking you to realize what you're into and what you're not. You know what I mean? Like, he's that kind of guy. So he does this really fucking well because this sounds really believable.
What y'all have created there is spreading onto, damn, you almost got me emotional talking about a woman I never even met. I just know she did so much for you.
Doing stand-up is a transcendent spiritual experience that only...
Some fake empath shit. I didn't even meet her, but it's getting emotional about what she did for you. Like, what? Fuck out of here. Come on, Jello. Don't try that hard.
Real comics will ever be able to tap into.
But Richard Dawkins is never killed on stage. He doesn't know the connection between human beings that comes through black.
Richard Dawkins is never killed on stage. What does Richard Dawkins know about killing at the Ha-Ha? Killing at the Ice House? Oh, what? Like, that's the pinnacle of human achievement. Killing on fucking stage in front of fucking drunk and high people who are full of chicken nuggets, cheesy fries, and fucking warm beer. Fuck off.
Laughter and joy in that way.
Walk to the women's locker room with a heart.
Dear Leader draws a stark distinction between the comedian class and what he calls civilians, regular guys, lower tier humans. This Hassan guy explains some of the differences between higher tier humans, comedians, and the lower tier average human. and how difficult it can be to even be around such low-tier guys.
Our ability to talk to literally anyone is a skill set. Like,
totally.
Do you ever have to, when you go to like a party with your ladies' work friends?
Yes.
And you're like, bro, there are fucking just goobers out here.
Higher tier humans. I love how they think only comedians are funny, when it's actually the opposite. You go to any regular dive bar, you go to any fucking shopping center, grocery store, you'll bump into the most funniest people you've ever fucking bumped into in your entire life. More so, and they'll make you laugh. A random interaction in a fucking Tesco, in a Sainsbury's, you know, in a fucking Westfield, in a fucking Oxford Street, right? A random fucking bump in fucking M&S. You'll have way more of a laugh in fucking Primark than you will listen to these fucking donuts. Fuck off.
Yeah, just office banter. I was at a work thing with my wife. We're like in a building, and outside the window, it looked like someone was about to jump off.
Oh, wow.
The guy goes, he's like, is that guy like, is he walking on the roof? I go, the part didn't go his way, so he's just.
yeah. And they're like,
Pillar 4. They are brave truth tellers and victims of an authoritarian mob of censors. They need to be seen as oppressed victims, so they can appear as heroes for standing up to the threat. Inside their simulacrum, they are the modern-day incarnations of guys like Lenny Bruce, Dick Gregory, and Mort Saul. Look them up.
we're drinking my...
I wanna see, this is a club in the UK, right? Talking about Backyard. This is a popular club in the UK called Backyard Comedy. Backyard Comedy Club. I actually need to go and check it out. But I'm actually curious to see. Let's see what they're fucking, there you go. I want to see what the Instagram is saying. Because this is a club in the UK. I want to see how funny shit is, because this will give you a snapshot of what the scene is saying, right? Of what the scene is saying when it comes to comedy. Let's check out. Who's this person? Iceland, right? Let's check out this random person. Let's see what the standard of professional comics is on stage, right? Let's see. Iceland.
Anybody else from somewhere exciting? Shout out. Iceland. All right. There's a dating app in Iceland where it tells you whether or not you're related. Isn't that right? No? The defensiveness there. I thought I made a real faux pas. Like, we're not that inbred. An app? That's actually offensive. We don't have an app that tells you if you're fucking your cousin. It's a website. Anybody else?
That's the hilarious. Again, this is workplace humor. Workplace humor around the coffee machine, around the printer, in the smoking area. This is what this is. This is fucking garbage. You can find way more people, regular people, way funnier than that. Another guy hiding in plain sight. Let's hear this one.
My car garage is called ISIS Rescue. It sounds like rehab for extremists, doesn't it? Can't help thinking that one day there's going to be this military operation. I'm going to surround this car garage. I'm going to storm in, hoping to find explosives. Maybe the leader of ISIS, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, only to find Glenn armed with a pot noodle, shitting himself because he's thinking it's all about his dodgy MOTs. My car garage is called ISIS.
I'm gonna start doing comedy, innit? Maybe that's what I should start doing. I should start doing comedy too. Start doing comedy. Run some of the bits on live stream, right? Like act like I'm not running bits, right? Run some bits in front of you guys. Act like I'm not running bits, and then slowly but surely see how quickly or slowly it takes me to go from running bits on the live stream with like 20 viewers to suddenly performing at fucking Wembley Arena, right? Because I happen to be fucking black, you know? And I have a funny name and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm curious to see how quickly that'll happen, because I think this whole game is fucking rigged and fake. Rigged, fake, and shit. Because what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That guy got paid to do that, by the way. Maybe he got paid in drink tokens, but what the fuck is that? One more for this fucking comedy club. Okay, black guy. Please, black guy. Come on, black guy. Please, black guy.
There's one Drake at the back standing up here. He ain't even sitting down. Big up yourself, Dreddy. I thought it was Capleton for a second. Smell them, I'll be happy, but they're my guy. Big up yourself, Dreddy. What's your name? Okay. Yeah. There's only Did you understand what happened between me and the Rastafarian? So basically, I was saying there's a Rasta man at the back. He was letting me know, I know you're talking to me, but you're not talking to me. I know my place, boy.
I'm not a fan of that, man. Also, getting mugged off like that in a comedy club is not the way. You've got the microphone and someone's telling you to like shut up and not talk to him. Like, I hate crowd work anyway, but if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. You don't tell me like, hey brother, yo brother. No. You came to a fucking comedy club. You know what I mean? You're gonna get this fucking talking to, but yeah, this is why I hate crowd work. That guy deserves to go to the comedy club and be incognito and just, you know, catch a laugh and whatever, go home. He doesn't deserve to be the center of the fucking comedy. But I also think this is highly embarrassing to get mugged off like this. To get mugged off like this by somebody in the crowd telling you to, hey, shut up, man. Stop talking about me. Stop talking to me. Mind your business. Do your fucking little jokes. That's fucking horrendous. But hey, that's comedy, by the way. That's the high level comedy. And because I'm fair, I'm curious to see in America, what's the standards in America? So let's go to my favorite subreddit, r/stand-up comedy, and let's sort it by a top, and let's sort it by the week. Let's go by a week, and let's see what the top week specials were from some of these stand-up comedians who post some of their bits on r/stand-up comedy. And these are American stand-ups. So let's hear some of the American people, what they have to say, all right? Lines that you can't say to your family. Guess the comedian. Let's hear this.
Lines that you cannot say to your family.
My new friend's black.
Okay, this is English then. This is English stuff. Okay.
Straight out
Well, I don't think that was that funny, personally.
That joke right there, to everybody on the panel of colour, balls of steel.
Things you can say at work that you can't.
What you guys would have done anyway about balls of steel? As if you guys are like, what? About balls of steel? What would you have done if it didn't land anyway? What would you have done? Told him to leave aggressively? Like, fuck off.
Can't say to your partner.
Look, sweetie, I don't pay you to sit there and do nothing.
Absolute animal, Alfie.
I'm telling you, it's Alfie. I'm putting it out there from now.
One dark joke each.
I'm a big fan of celebrity gossip. My favourite celebrity couple is Zendaya and Tom Holland. They've just got engaged. I'm very excited for them to have a kid. That kid's going to be mixed race, going to be mixed nationality. That kid's going to be half American, half educated. I'm very excited for that. That kid's going to be...
I'm going to the Twitter.
That kid's going to be half American, half spider. That kid's going to be in kindergarten just going pew, pew, pew.
Comedy.
That's a whole new type of school shooter.
That line, pew pew, hilarious.
It's material time. Stand-up comedy.
A lot has been made already today about the fact that I look racist. I understand that. I'm aware that I've got a Tory voice and a Princess Diana haircut. But I'm not racist. I'm not racist, I promise. My best friend's actually Nigerian. He's a Nigerian motivational speaker. And he sends me little texts like, hey, my friend Alfie, I think you've got a date with destiny. And I thought, great, I love black girls.
Alfie, you're a...
Alfie sucks. Alfie sucks. Next guy. You can't outsmart them. You gotta outdumb them. Let's hear this guy. You can't outsmart them. You gotta outdumb them.
You cannot always outsmart somebody. You can't. You can't win a rational argument with somebody that doesn't care about logic. You can't. If you can't outsmart them, what do you gotta do? You gotta outdumb them. Try it. Fucking works. When they say some dumb shit, be like, what's the dumbest thing I could say right now? And watch their brain explode, you know? I was getting tires put on my monster truck the other day. This guy sat down beside me in the waiting room, and Fox News was on the TV. They were being all fair and balanced. And this dude sat down right beside me. No, they were talking about abortion on Fox News. This dude sits right beside me,
in the waiting room, because he looks at me and he's like, "You're on my team," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." And he nudges me and he goes, "Abortion's a real shame, ain't it?" And I just went. And in my mind, I was like, you gotta outdumb him. So I put my voice on. I looked him in the eye and said, "Hell yeah, buddy, it sure is. That's why I like gay people so much." And he looked at me like I was there, and there. He was so confused. And he goes, "What?" I was like, "Bro, gay people get less abortions than any other group of people, dude. If you're pro-life, you pretty much gotta be pro-gay. Guess what? It's like a catch-26, you know." He was like, "I'll be right back. I gotta make a phone call."
Hey, it's Cliff.
Fucking hell, bro. One last one. Jesus Christ, stand up. How I Know I'm Not Ready for Kids by Ellie. Who's this person? Ellie Orlando. Come on, Ellie Orlando. Please, Ellie Orlando. Give us a chuckle, Ellie Orlando. Give us a chuckle, please.
I'm 32. Oh my God, no way. Thanks. and I am single. Oh my God, no way. I'm from the Midwest, so like all my friends are all married with kids, and they keep on telling me to freeze my eggs, and I did it. They just don't taste as good, you know. That's not my taste, but I don't know if I'm ready for a kid myself. Just because whenever I hear a baby cry, I feel like I turn into a Navy SEAL for like 1 second. You know, I'm just like, shoot it.
Maybe if I'm buzzed or something, yeah. But again, whatever, man. Back to Elephant Graveyard, who's not a comedian but is way funnier than these people. Big up Elephant Graveyard.
My friends in the Last Chance Saloon. What I'm saying on stage tonight is barely acceptable now. In 10 years' time, forget about it. You'll say, "I saw a man and he stood on stage and he made light of serious situations. We used to call them jokes."
And us versus them mentality is a hallmark of cult psychology. Jim Jones fabricated threats like government persecution and fascist takeovers all the time. He taught his followers that his temple was the only safe place from the dangerous and decaying outside world. The Heaven's Gate followers believed that they and the rest of humanity were under the control of deceptive lower-tier aliens called Luciferians, false gods.
Not gonna lie, that outfit's pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. That outfit is kind of hard, man. I might do a little flip on that. Maybe I'll do a little random show flip on that Heaven's Gate outfit, that shirt. Make like random show versions of that with that triangle. That's kind of hard, man. I'm not gonna lie, that shirt is kind of hard. Maybe in that blue, the ultramarine blue that I use, and then have the little badge on the side.
We're under the control of deceptive.
That's kind of hard, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of hard. Heaven's Gate away team. Maybe I'll do like random show Elon team or something. Get me with a BFR in the back or something. You know, legalize comedy, legalize spaceships. That's kind of hard.
Luciferians, false gods who controlled Earth's religions, governments, and media, corrupting the minds of humans. The only way to escape the Luciferian threat was to submit to Doe, Sui out of this world, and get on that spaceship.
Sui!
This fosters paranoia and isolation, which helps bind the cultists together and keeps them fearful and loyal to the leader. The mothership comedy cult Toilet Piss Pipe employs the same.
Yeah, big up Abe Martinez. Big up Abe Martinez.
Same psychological strategy. Like Heaven's Gate's Luciferians, the comedy piss cult also fabricated a make-believe enemy to set themselves apart from and blame for everything.
Woke. It's very dangerous.
A nebulous, undefined, and amorphous outgroup that is somehow both completely feckless and able to wield widespread domination over our entire society.
They're out of their f***ing mind. They want to force people to behave and think a very certain way. Well, they're just nuts.
He is terrified of a shadow, a construction in his mind formed by a social media feed.
You can never be woke enough. That's the problem. It keeps going. And if you get to the point where you agree to all these demands, it'll eventually get to straight white men are not allowed to talk.
Oh, no.
You're not allowed to go outside.
Damn it. Oh, please tell me you're joking.
I mean, I'm not joking.
Shit. Well, the good news is the comedy cult's here to save us all. Thank God. The mothership is their sanctuary where woke meets the wall.
In the comedy world, we say we're the last line of defense. Where the woke meets the wall.
It's kind of wild to say that, like, out loud and not be joking and taking yourself completely seriously. Like, we're the last line of defense. We're the... What? Do you actually believe that? Do you actually believe what you're saying right now? Like, comedians are freedom fighters. Like, get fucked, bro. Get fucked, as fucking DSP would say. Big up DSP, fuck DSP.
If you want to never make fun of marginalized groups, it's like, no.
In the Austin Hell Toilet, because their comedy is not funny, they know it doesn't hold up to criticism. So they need to pretend that the criticism is some kind of attack. Then they can all rally together to defend themselves from it.
That's a real good point. They don't ever respond to valid criticism, right? They don't even read reviews. They're so thin-skinned. They don't even read reviews unless they're favorable reviews. But any criticism, any push, any like, you know, someone just saying they're not funny is not valid. That's you hating. That's you being a troll, not understanding comedy. It's like, interesting. So I have to like everything you do. I can't just not be a fan of it because I don't think you're funny. If I don't think you're funny, it's because I'm woke. Because I don't politically align with you. Because I'm, a soy boy or something. It's like, huh? Nah, man, you suck. That's what you do. You fucking suck.
And to prevent the defensive line from breaking, followers are programmed to believe that they can't survive outside the cult.
One of the ways that I describe comics, I go, you're either like a village or an island. And villages do way better. An island is a man on his own out there.
Of course he wanted to be a village because he's the fucking head of the village, that's it. Because he's the fucking chief of the village. He's a general. Of course he wanted to be a village and he wants you to be in his village. So he can fucking lead. He doesn't want you to be your own island. That's why. Self-interest, once again.
Did just his own shows and doesn't hang out with comics. You didn't have any comics for friends? There's a lot of fucking sad people out there.
Yeah, no, don't be a cool island guy. Give yourself to the cult, migrate to that new reality, and you'll be able to achieve things you never thought possible. Because they aren't possible, really, unless you're doing it inside the simulacrum. But that's your new reality now, so that's okay. But don't ever make the mistake of going against the pillars or disrespecting the comedy czar.
No.
Or you'll be swiftly ejected from the group. It's back to classic reality for you.
You're gonna get more people that are very uncomfortable with their own lives and want to live a different life. Well, when you think about where this is all headed, there's only a few different directions that one could go to, and simulated reality is a big one. It's coming.
It's already here, and you're in it. We don't need to invent brain implants or anything like that. Our brains are already configured to live in artificial reality. All you need is a reason. If your career's about to expire because your entire fan base is headed to the glue factory, migrating to the simulacrum offers you access to a whole new, younger audience.
And I'm pretty emotional about the mothership. I think that the universe used you just to get me back out of this.
Emotional. Come on, Ron White, man. You're an OG. You don't need to be sucking off Rogan this much, bro. You're an OG with your own dedicated fan base and shit. Like, you don't need to be glazing Rogan this hard. Plus, you moved to Texas early, man. You're fine. You're certified, man. You're rubber stamped in. You don't need to be sucking him off this much. You're never going to get dropped. You're always going to get gigs there. You'll be okay. Fuck, you know, I'm getting emotional. Ew.
The hole that I was in. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know.
If you got anxiety about not being funny, you can eliminate that by knowing you can always just do a boring, boilerplate TED Talk soapbox sermon about one of the pillars, and the cult followers will love it.
Apparently, I'm not very PC. I'm not one of those people who tries so fucking hard to like prove how woke what a good person. You know what I mean? It's so exhausting.
You don't even have to be a comic to join and reap the benefits of this simulacrum. There are many cultists who work in other fields that personally interest the comedy czar, like science.
I've been talking to scientists and doctors and biologists and virologists for months and months and months.
And if you're an academic guy rapidly approaching the end of your career, and you're spiraling inside because
Hey,
you're scared to die
Eric.
without leaving behind that meaningful legacy
Eric,
you always
Eric.
dreamed about?
You know this question, like, what has Eric Weinstein ever done? I actually have been scared of this question.
What is Eric? Big up Tim Dillon, man. Tim Dillon broke this guy's brain, innit? What has Eric Weinstein never? He's never recovered from that Rotato diss, innit? He's never recovered. He just questioned. He's like, yeah, what is these? I'm sure they're smart. I'm sure they did something. Like, what have they ever done? What is all this fucking praise heaped onto people who just talk in very long-winded, bloviated ways? I love it. Big up Tim Dillon.
Question. And I've lived afraid of my own story.
You can just pretend you're the new Einstein. Create your own new theory of everything. Just write whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
What is this thing that you handed me? What is this?
It's the theory of everything. A water wiggle structure about a circle that nobody's ever seen that is at every point in space and time.
It doesn't matter that it doesn't make any sense in classic reality. In the simulacrum, the followers are so stupid that they won't know if it makes sense or not. They can't tell. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
You're spinning that circle over and over again. So this is an actual model of a gauge theoretic concept.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. He used to sound really intelligent to me too. He used to sound really intelligent to me too. When you start talking about, I don't know, because I think his wife is Pakistani. You start talking about, I don't know, Indian Pakistan culture. You start playing his, what's that thing called? His accordion. You start talking about these mathematical concepts and shit. And it's like, what? What are you saying right now? Oh, bro, honestly. The grift is strong, man. The grift is strong.
Concept.
And since you got the Comedy Czar's endorsement, whatever you say is brilliant, even though they have no idea what you're even talking about.
Can a piece of paper effectively will two hands into drawing each other into existence?
This seems pretty crazy, eh? Well, a while back, these Weinstein guys accidentally revealed the entire motivation behind their schemes.
When we do our homework and we discover something interesting and absolutely nobody else gets it, to you and me, that feels good. To know that you have achieved something and that nobody else can even recognize it gives you some sort of sense of how far ahead you might be.
Remember, it's not a lie if you believe it. Inside the simulacrum, you're now the genius you always wanted to be. And you can stop worrying about being a failure.
What made you want to do this?
When you ask why as a kid, what happens if you keep asking?
Great question.
You either end up in theoretical physics or an insane asylum. And so
all right, relax, bro. A kid keeps asking why, you either end up in the fucking loony bin or in physical. Fuck off, bro. Fuck off. He thinks he's in a fucking, I don't know, a Marvel movie or some shit, right? A kid keeps asking why his parents send him to an insane asylum, or he ends up being a fucking nuclear physicist. All right, bro. All right.
I just didn't stop.
If you want to become a stoic genius guru kind of guy who knows everything about life, a cold, logically calculated debate, God, but you're actually a hysterical, emotional baby,
Exactly.
overwhelmed by everything, has no idea what's real.
Hysterical baby, overwhelmed by everything is such a great way to describe fucking Jordan Peterson.
Can't discuss anything without spiraling out and melting down like a child.
It's also
overwhelming.
Well, the simulacrum followers will pretend you're not doing all that stuff. And you can be that guru guy. You can get exposed in classic reality for claiming that the definition of belief is...
If you believe something, you stake your life on it.
So you're saying that you don't believe something if you wouldn't die for it?
Not really, no.
While also getting caught completely...
You just said that. Not really, no. What about somebody think about the man?
Completely believing in Chinese involuntary human semen milking factories.
Jordan Peterson just unironically retweeted a video of a BDSM male milking dungeon in the UK claimed to be footage of human rights abuses in China.
Does he think that the Chinese government has special facilities where men can go and have, like, their penises pumped?
I think he does.
Which by his own logic means...
I'm not gonna lie, I want to visit that place, bro. I want to visit the place where they're giving free penis pumps, man. Honestly, free penis pumps. I want to visit that place. I want to visit the place where they give you free penis pumps. Bonus points if everybody's hand is an auntie. If it's some auntie's hands, let the aunties penis pump me. Penis pump me, auntie. Penis pump me, auntie.
He would die for Chinese semen milking factories, which ought to make a guy certifiably insane. But not in the simulacrum, where you'll remain the wise guru. Simulacrum migrants also gain access to the cult's Copadex, a reference guide of pre-made dogmatic copes, a virtually endless collection of excuses for anything you could possibly be criticized for. These copes are born inside Dear Leader's own brain and trickle down throughout the simulacrum for all to use.
How come you're not looking at your own self with the same scrutiny that you look at this extremely successful person?
Yeah.
It's because you're jealous.
So many people hate me for really no reason, and it really made me realize that like people only hate somebody they're jealous of.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Honestly, that's the worst quote from Matt Rife. I like him besides that, but that quote was horrendous. People only hate you because they're jealous of you. Come on, brother. Come on now. Come on now, brother. Let's be fair.
People don't like him because, you know, whether you judge his comedy or judge his podcast or judge whether, you also have to judge how he looks, and he's a beautiful man, built like a
Honestly, Rogan, man, the lack of critical like what? The only way someone can hurt my friends because they're jealous of him. They're scared, they're intimidated. Like, fuck off.
honest. It really makes people uncomfortable, me included. I'm his friend.
I mean, people don't want to laugh at like physically attractive people. Like, you don't want to walk on stage and have people looking at your arms rather than listening to your jokes.
And when you can't get a date and nobody wants to f you, because statistically nobody wants to date people who live in your hyper-real simulacrum, you can ease your inner turmoil by uttering the sacred comedy cult mantra.
It's definitely not me. I think it's everybody else.
Exactly. It's definitely not me.
So, as you've seen with all this scientific evidence and logic here, these facts, joining the comedy cult can offer tremendous opportunities. Submit to the leader. Perform your sui. Become a new guy if you have to. Migrate into the simulacrum. And help uphold its supportive pillars. That's the blueprint, and a lot of guys are on that path. But there's one guy who has followed the path of Dear Leader better than anyone. His name, is Tony Hint.
Oh, yeah!
Sorry, I've just been dreading getting to this section. You know we try to be positive on here, but sometimes you gotta examine some real dark, depressing shit. This guy exemplifies what commitment to the cult and its tenets can offer in return. His origin story is eerily similar to the comedy's are.
The reason why I became a martial arts champ because I was being picked on all the time. Right. Kids were always f***ing with me. I was like, I don't like this. I'm like, so I'm going to become what I'm terrified of.
As a little boy, Tony was also getting bullied every day. He was walking around terrified.
It's a lot of fear, a lot of danger. And my whole way of handling that is if anybody ever tried anything with me, I would just make fun of them.
So he became what he feared the most. A big dumb asshole, a bully. But I don't know what kind of protection it provided because he says here that his jokes just led to him being punched in the face.
One of my good friends, I made fun of him because his grandma walked him out to the bus stop. He punched me right in the face.
And just like the comedies are, and almost all the guys in this comedy cult, he had a real bad dad.
I didn't have like a dad to...
The BDSM layer in the background is fucking incredible. Big up Elephant Graveyard. I'm not sure if that's a snapshot of his own room, his own house somewhere, but big up Elephant Graveyard. A great little backdrop there, superimposed behind fucking Tony Hench.
Complain or to go to the parent-teacher meetings.
So while he was getting pounded in the head every day for being a big dumb asshole, his bad dad pieced out and went and got remarried. Which is fine, whatever, it happens. But this bad dad had decided to keep Tony's entire existence a complete secret to his new wife and family.
My mom told me that my dad travels a lot, my dad works a lot. I mentioned to my mom, I go, hey, Dad's car is in this one house's driveway a lot. My mom like turned pale white. She told me everything that it's a lot. That's how someone like me gets made.
So Tony ran away, and like many before him, his gaping dad hole in quest for external validation took him to the mecca of insecurity, Hollywood. He soon found his
So you're telling me all these comedians, in a weird way, have daddy issues? Honestly, this is where we're at. I had no idea this is where it was at. So many daddy issues amongst these fucking comedians. Who would have fucking guessed it?
His way to the Comedy Store, got a job answering the phone or cleaning toilets or whatever, and he found something he probably didn't expect, a new dad. He started opening up for Dad on tour and got his first taste of that long sought-after external validation from his audience. But it was a lot of work, too much work, really. He thought, what if there's a way to get even more laughs while doing even less work, while also being able to satisfy his sadistic compulsions? So,
how do I get more laughs by doing less work is literally the blueprint of the JRV extended universe, isn't it? That is basically it. More laughs, less work. Fucking hell.
He started his own show, Kill Tony, his ultimate scheme.
Guys, give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Generally speaking, I try to separate the scheme from the schemer. I appreciate the beauty of a good scheme, and it's a brilliant scheme, it really is. How it works is his show allows him to be on stage at all times, getting attention without having to do anything at all, really. If the show is ever funny, it's because of the guests. He'll brag about how funny this Trump-Biden episode was, but that was these guys who made it funny.
Come on, huh? Come on.
But since reality can be whatever he wants it to be, Tony can easily pretend that the laughs the show generates are all actually for him.
3 times you got married.
Honestly, that's not that bad.
What did Tony even do? Nothing really. A few snide remarks here and there and just basic MC duties. The show is abuse, disguised as comedy. Tony...
Bill Burr was right about this show, innit? Bill Burr was fucking on point about Kill Tony. Has someone got that clip? I should see. Bill Burr Kill Tony. He was right about it. He was right. Let's see. That was it on? That's the one? There's not. Okay, this is one of them, innit? This is one of them.
Bless you for that.
Plus, there's so much shit now that isn't stand-up. Like
Yes.
there was like the roast battle.
Yes.
The fucking make fun of the open micers. Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Kill Tony show stuff.
Make fun of the open micers. He hates Kill Tony. Yeah, there we go. This is the one. This is the one. This is the classic clip of Bill Burr absolutely destroying Tony Hinchcliffe. I love this one.
You were on Kill Tony, and
yeah, many times.
Many times. Okay, I found one because like my deep research was Bill Burr, and it's fucking hilarious because it's just like I've watched too much Bill Burr, and when that bit where he leans back and folds his arms, and I'm just like, here we go.
I was not reporting my income to them, and I was getting inflated benefits.
And they came down on you.
How did you get caught?
When I filed my taxes.
So then you know that day was coming?
Yep.
You knew it was coming?
In my mind, I was like, yes, that's 7 years. I just, whatever.
So you didn't claim what? The food stamps?
I just decided to attack him. So what happened was I Kill Tony is a show, for those who aren't listening, that's like, it's cruel in just its premise is cruel. It's just taking people who haven't done comedy very long, making them do a minute in front of the best comics in the world, and then trashing them. It's it's such a dumb premise.
I like the premise. I like it as a show because it's a reflection of just how bad stand-up comedy is overall. Because there are some shows that you watch where there'll be 1 or 2 comedians who'll get up there, absolutely shit the bed, and then you find out during the interview they're 10 years in, 20 years in, 15 years in, 5 years in. You're like, fucking hell. You can't do a mediocre, decent 1 minute set and you're 5 years in. You're 10 years in. God almighty. And it also makes me understand why Brendan had such an ego, had such delusions of grandeur. Actually thought he was going to appear on fucking SNL one time. Because if he was going to clubs and seeing that, if Brendan was going to comedy clubs and seeing the standard he saw at Kill Tony, I get completely why he had such an outsized ego. I get it.
But I got a lot of gigs out of it because, when you do go up there and you have been doing comedy for a while, it's no problem to do a minute. So Bill Burr sniffed out the premise of Kill Tony super quick. Like 4 or 5 comics went up, and he's like, "I'm not trashing this guy." He's like, "He's been doing comedy for a minute. I'm supposed to trash him because it takes forever. It took me 10 years." Like, and he started calling Tony a cunt for just having the show. He's like, "Tony, you've been famous 2 minutes, and you decided to be a cunt to open micers," and it had a real terrible vibe, like the room, because everybody like.
Oh shit! Well, you were there that night where he laid into Tony, basically.
Yeah, that's the only time he ever did it. He never did it again.
Because I've seen the other clip where he's laying into him. I didn't realize that was.
Night.
I love it. Jesse, you did so bad, one of our guests is about to quit. I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, if there's a negative lining, Tony will find it. There it is, right between the ray of sunshine. There's that little nugget of negativity, you fucking cunt. Smarmy fucking cunt. Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
You smarmy fucking cunt. Honestly, that came from the pit of his stomach. Bill Burr fucking hates Tony. I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, so new comic after new comic after new comic, bombing, and Tony and Bill just being like, "Yeah, just keep at it, you'll get better." And just being a good guy. And just totally like pulling the curtain off the show, and the vibe is terrible. So I go up and I have the first good set. I do a bit about accidentally bringing my knife into a courthouse, and when I get to the metal detector, I ran out to stash it in the bushes because I didn't want to walk all the way back to my car, and I was joking about all the weapons you see in the bushes outside the Oakland, California courthouse, and it did really well. It was a minute, and it did really well. So Bill, he trashed me because I was the first one who like got any kind of laughs or whatever, and I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to get trashed by fucking Bill Burr. So
of course not.
I just start throwing him out information about my life that he can destroy. And like my life sounds made up anyway. Like I was in the Army. I was a preschool teacher. I toured the world in punk bands. Now I do stand-up comedy. And Bill Burr's like, and I'm an astronaut. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, exactly.
This dude's a fucking psycho, man. This guy is going to get his own show, and he's going to be a fucking lunatic. Like, he has no remorse, no guilt, no fucking responsibility for your own actions. You're a fucking dirtbag, man. Fucking dirtbag.
Yes.
Wow. God help this guy when he gets some fucking power in the world. It's going to be bad.
15
Did
to
you
life.
walk in with this attitude? Hey, yeah, whatever, eating fucking Kobe beef every night? I knew you were going to put me in jail. What do you got? What am I doing? 3 days, 3 years? I don't give a fuck. It's not real to me anyways. You guys are all a cartoon in my head. Can I fuck your daughter? Right? What the fuck? This dude is a lunatic.
Bill, what happened to the nice guy thing?
No, I'm nice to nice people. This guy, he cost us all money here, young man.
Hey, I'm also a veteran of the United States Army, so I put some time in.
That means you didn't study. You didn't study in high school. You were a veteran.
That's true.
What the fuck did you do?
True.
What did you do?
Well, I did military intelligence.
What did you do?
Military intelligence.
You did military intelligence? I don't believe you.
25 Romeo. 25 Romeo.
You forgot to claim the secrets
25 Romeo?
Yeah.
Alpha Bravo?
What, you're just saying letters now?
Yeah, well, that's all you could be doing.
Yeah, but I know what I'm talking about.
I don't know.
Do you?
Yes!
I want to see your tax returns.
Hey, I'm an astronaut. Fucking 3, 2, 1 blast off.
Hey, Bill Burr, undefeated. Bill fucking Burr.
What the fuck?
Sorry, we should be talking about traffic like all the other ones.
I love it, Brian.
Ooh, shots fired.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
And so I just lean in and start talking shit back to him. But the funny thing is, the next night, I'm at the Comedy Store where they record Kill Tony, and Tony Hinchcliffe finds me and he goes, Bill Burr wants to see you. And he brings me. It's so funny. This is one thing I hate is like the hierarchy of, I don't know, like Los Angeles comedy where it's like, it's like, all right, who gives a fuck really? Yeah. But like,
so it's like, Bill Burr, he wants to see.
Yeah. He like, we're having a meeting. Like it's the fucking Irishman. And so he brings me back, and then so I go to meet Bill Burr, and there's a semicircle of comics, Bill in the middle, and they get less famous as the semicircle goes out.
That is so funny.
Yeah, you got little Dean Del Rey on the very end being like, "Hey guys, can I hang out?"
That's a really good impression of Dean Del Rey. Big up Dean Del Rey. That's a really good impression of him, actually.
It's just grown men acting like children, like on a playground. It's just that's another reason why I don't do well. I don't give a shit about who anybody is. But Bill was like, "Hey, I really appreciated you giving me shit. Like, I'm gonna look out for you. What's your name?" Brian Vokey. He's like, "Brian Vokey, I got it. Say hello next time I see him. Next time you see me." And so next time I see him, I say hello, and he's like, "Huh?" It was gone. A minute after I took his hand. But the funniest thing was he complimented me, shook my hand, and they looked at me, and it's just how my grandfather was when he was like, "All right, go play." He goes, "Okay, all right." Like,
big up Bill Burr, man. Big up fucking Bill Burr, absolute legend, and big up Brian Vokey too. Big up Brian Vokey. Big up Bill Burr. Big up Brian Vokey. Big up Bill Burr. Let's finish this comedy enforcement video.
Tony took this idea from the world of professional wrestling.
Sorry, I keep saying comedy enforcement. Elephant Graveyard. Fucking hell. I've got him on the mind, innit? Big up comedy enforcement. Wild one for this G, man. Comedy enforcement. Wild one for this G. Where are you, brother? Where are ya?
I want to help him.
What? Have you got any new posts? No new post. No new videos. 2 months already. Where is he, bro? Where is he? He's got a Reddit. Any posts on the Reddit? He's in jail, really? Is that true? No way, really? He's in jail. Okay, he's doing well. He's okay. 17 days ago. Comedy enforcement. Comedy enforcement is in jail. Update. Comedy enforcement escaped from jail 2 days ago. He's still on the run. So, okay, sorry for the delay and no updates. Took some time off. Working on a video. I'm doing well. Be back soon. So he's okay. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just taking a break. Yeah, it makes sense. He's just taking a break, motherfuckers. He's perfectly okay. Okay. Big up comedy enforcement. Take your time, brother. Take your time. No rush. No rush.
What makes pro wrestling so compelling is the concept of kayfabe, a collective suspension of disbelief, maintaining the illusion that the characters, the fights, and the drama are all real. Kill Tony runs on comedy kayfabe, but Tony flipped it. Where wrestling is fun theater disguised as violence, Kill Tony is violence disguised as fun theater.
There's very few people willing to admit that they miscarried. Was that a sad time for you?
It was the lowest point in my life.
Really? He's calling in right now. We have
Despite all of them being followers of a comedy cult, they're all miserable.
I'm encouraging you to quit right now. I think when you find that job, I think you should quit. I don't see it happening for you. Eleanor, you knew me when I was 24. I was already 2 years
Right, but you're not autistic.
Stand over there by the red X. You're really getting a little close. Nope, the other direction, AJ. Thank you.
Kill Tony is supported by the same pillars as the broader Austin comedy Cohen cult, which, as we've proven, are all complete inversions of classic reality. Tony is the megalomaniacal dictator. He must be submitted to and respected. He is a roast god. Comedy Czar proclaims that Tony is the greatest roast comedian alive. And if that idea is ever threatened, he loses his mind. He got very upset when this Jeremiah guy was getting too many laughs roasting the roast master.
Oh yeah!
Don't do that. You don't do that.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I remember
Why
that.
not? Against the rules.
This guy looks bi. Bye.
Big up Jeremiah. That was a great line. That hurt him straight away.
Against the rules.
This guy looks bi. Bye.
Oh, youth.
Takes one to know one.
Yes. Go have your magic moment. This is the biggest thing in your career. Go do it. Go get it. Go get it. Is that a fucking school bus attached to your face? You flaming homosexual. Takes one to know one.
Yep.
He allegedly cemented his title with this performance at the Tom Brady roast in 2024.
It was
if
good.
You
though.
actually listen to his jokes, they're I don't know, they're really just okay.
Tom Brady. Why do you look like a gay Tom Brady?
But his fellow comedy cultists on stage help sell them and show you how to react. This is straight out of pro wrestling. They all sell the joke in the same way a wrestler sells his opponent's attack. This joke...
Hold on. He said this a lot, to be honest. Am I misremembering it? Was it not that good? I'm remembering it as really good, man. I remember I did the review on the Patreon about it and shit. I'm remembering that roast as in that being like one of Tony Hinchcliffe's only standout moments. Like, he killed that. Or am I misremembering it? Did those guys, did the other comedians in the background really sell it? Was it not that funny? Was I caught up in the hype? Or maybe was it good timing and placement? Did Hinchcliffe come on right after Bert and fucking Tom Segura, who were horrible? Right? Maybe that's why. Maybe who he came on after, or like, was the important part. Big up Mingus. Yeah, you're misremembering. It was mid. Big up Case of Moses. Ice would have a hand or someone with a hard style. What's that? Okay. So Case of Moses, you actually think Comedy Enforcement actually got swept up or something, got arrested from ICE? He didn't say that though, did he? He said he's fine, he just took a break. Why don't you believe him? Why don't you believe that he just took a break? What makes you think that he actually got wrapped up by ICE? Is that like a racist trope? Is that like some thinly veiled racism? Or do you actually believe that he got fucking, deported, or he's been threatened with deportation? What's going on there?
Joke here got a huge reaction. People in the Austin simulacrum were literally talking about it for days.
Bert Kreischer is the king. He looks like the Tiger King and the Liver King only ate Burger King and had a liver that looked like Martin Luther King got beat up by Rodney King.
And I'm sitting here over and over again hearing how brilliant this was. Just feeling completely bamboozled.
By the way, did Bert mouth the fucking joke? Did he hear it before? Is he mouthing it? Is Bert mouthing the joke?
Only ate Burger King and had a liver that looked like Martin Luther King got beat up by Rodney King.
And I'm sitting here
Weird,
over and over
isn't it?
again hearing how brilliant this was. Just feeling completely bamboozled. Because I already heard this joke on another roast 10 years ago.
Lisa, Larry King, Don King, Rodney King, and Billie Jean King in a Burger King bathroom.
Whoa!
Tony also got a huge buzz after he did this infamous joke roasting Puerto Rico.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
And again, I'm just confused because it was even better when this guy...
It's such a hateful... There's nothing good about that joke, in it. It just comes across hateful, mean-spirited, unnecessary. Like, what the fuck was that, man?
Dylan Jarbo did it on Kill Tony back in 2021.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's currently a 500-mile peninsula of trash in the Atlantic Ocean, and I used to live there. It's called Florida.
Oh yeah, gonna write that one down. I did like this joke he did about how murderers never seem to dig deep enough graves.
I know how to get away with murder now. Because I know where everybody that gets caught always f***s up. Yeah, they always get a little lazy around burial time. You know what I never see on those crime shows? The body was discovered after being buried.
Jesus, did he have ED or something? Fucking Skeletor, innit? Like, what going for this, bro? Like, Jesus, he's barely alive. Like, legitimately, he looks like a corpse, innit? Like, do you think he had an eating disorder back in the day? Or this is just him, like, coming up young and hungry? Because fucking hell.
Buried 75 feet deep in the ground.
Until I realized it was just a cover of a Norm Macdonald joke.
Like, these serial killers are supposed to be so shrewd and cunning, but then when it comes time for the grave, they get a little hasty. You know? I would never, ever kill a lady in cold blood. But if I did, I would take her body to the woods and bury her in a very, very, very deep grave.
I'd rather listen to the proper original.
Exactly.
But what do I know? And yeah, some people will say
R.I.P. Norm. R.I.P. the legend that is Norm.
It's easy to arrive at similar joke concepts, but it's Norm Macdonald, for Christ's sake. It'd be like a musician putting this riff in their song, then being like, hey, I didn't know. I just arrived at a similar concept, I guess. But again, this is hyper-reality. Nothing has to make sense from out here in classic reality. Here's Tony without the team of writers and a teleprompter, put on the spot when Bill Maher requests a roasting.
No crowd work on you.
No, come on, do some crowd work. Ask me where I'm from.
Where are you from?
New Jersey.
Come on. There's a slow pitch down the middle of the plate, bro. New Jersey.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I need that stage, man. I need that gold microphone, man. I need those fucking comedy mothership lights, man. Huh? I need that cigar, man. I need that weed, man. Need that big fucking belt buckle, man. Need that heavy ass Rolex, man.
That is a shithole, indeed.
Well, come on, you could do better than what you're
Maybe I'll
famous.
warm up.
Just like the comedy czar tells the mothership cult, Tony also tells his flock that they are under attack by powerful forces.
Free speech is under attack, people. I host a show, and each week I get updates what words we're allowed to use and not use anymore. It's happening right now the past few years. It's a real thing.
He explains here that the reason he chose a political side was because the other side was supposedly censoring him. Tony twists his personal choice of opting for YouTube ad revenue over free expression as an attack from the enemy mob.
I've never considered myself a very political guy. We found out from
Yeah,
YouTube
right.
that there's new
Yeah,
words that
right.
they want us to censor. New words that you have to bleep out or you don't make money anymore. So I've become like a free speech angry guy.
He became a free speech guy by becoming a censorship guy, censoring himself to get that paycheck as if the Netflix deal wasn't enough.
That's what Kill Tony is. There's no business element behind it. There's no networks.
Look at this guy. Look at even the way he's holding his jacket is interesting, you know? It's like a dude pretending to be a dude. It's like a dude pretending to be a man's man in front of other men's men or dudes, you know? Like, hey, I'm just like you dudes, right? Right? Like, what the fuck is that?
That's the kind of backwards logic that only works inside this comedy simulacrum. Just an incredible example of the ability these cultists have to bend reality. The show is sold as a chance to transcend the rungs of human existence to that higher level, to a high-tier real comedian.
That you are indeed the newest golden ticket winner here.
Oh, Stray Rats. Big up Stray Rats. Big up fucking Stray Rats. Big up Stray fucking Rats. Big up fucking Coops. Big up Coops, wherever the fuck you are. Big up Stray Rats.
What it actually is a multi-level comedy scheme, exploiting people's hopes of getting the hell out of their lives, and funneling money up to the top of the comedy pyramid to the big man, the comedy czar, everyone involved taking a little piece of the pie on the way up. The vibe of the show is terribly depressing, like watching a bunch of demons torturing lost souls.
Look at it, boy, looking like he on trial for touching kids. He can't even say that. You look gay. Try to do better next time.
You suck. There will be no next time. You're blacklisted. Go.
Anything that interrupts their sadistic ritual gets flushed right out of there. Even the great Ric Flair was shat upon just for daring to be real.
Oh, I'm a wrestling coach for a high school.
Oh my God, this is so boring. Holy shit. Ric Flair, can you please tell us a story?
Actually, to be honest with you, I respect that very much. My son was a great amateur wrestler. He died of a heroin overdose.
Oh.
In 2013. I don't need to hear that, but anybody that could take time away from their life to support kids from personal experience, because I believe it in my heart.
Tony supposedly.
Fucking hell, honestly. Looking back, this was fucking brutal. Like, honestly, there's a time and a place in it. I know he was fucked up his mind and drunk as fuck, but like, God almighty, this is such in poor taste, isn't it? And look at Zakamiko. Jesus, what the fuck is that? What a legend, isn't it? Like, I wish I had the ability to let myself. It must be a happy existence, letting yourself go to that extent. Must be quite gratifying in a way, you know. There must be something good about that, you know. Actually, I think there's a clip of him with his top off. Let's see. I think I saw a clip of him with his top off. Actually, where is that? Let's see. Zach. Oh, there's a new T-Pack K. Cool. We'll watch a little bit of that as well. There we go. See, look at it. He's what podcast is that? Tim Butterfly. Some podcast with a guy called Tim Butterfly. Look at how big he is now, Zakamika.
Can I say?
God almighty, like he must be quite tall as well. Have any of you guys seen Zakamika in real life? He must be a really tall dude as well. He must be at least like plus 6 foot, maybe 6'2". Like that's a big ute, bro. Like God almighty, he's massive, innit? Like wow, that's a big man.
Lewis is something.
I don't know that clap does anything at this point anymore.
It
Like
gives
we all do that, but like I know it gives like a visual.
You know, it's the only thing that makes me feel like I have a real fucking job, dude. Can I just do it?
But it's the beginning of the
Everything
file.
else
like,
is just bullshit.
I'm just saying it's the beginning of the file. It's not like you need an edit point there where like, and people do
It's
it.
not
I
an
know.
edit point, so that the audio syncs up automatically in Premiere.
Is that what it is?
So you can sync up the video and the audio.
You literally don't
by
know the first fucking thing, dude.
By the impact of the clap.
That was
You
a
are
great
stupid idiot.
Same reason movies have the clacker.
And he doesn't have a fat voice either. If that makes sense, you know. You know that Wings and stuff, they sound fat, Boogie sound. He doesn't sound fat as well. If you close your eyes, you'd never imagine he looks the way he does. If that makes sense, you know? If you close your eyes, I don't think you'd ever imagine Zach Amico looks the way he does. Like he's got, you know, like his voice doesn't match his face or his body. But yeah, that's a big fucking guy, man. Big up Josie. Well, go on, Josie. I've seen him live. Big fucking dude. Surprised he's not dead. He can't get on Ozempic. He sat for his whole 20-minute set. Yeah, I don't blame him for sitting down. That's a big. Has he got an Instagram? Let me see his Instagram. Zach Amico Instagram. Let's see. That's a big guy, bro. That's a tall. Like he's tall as well. Let's see him. Zach Amico. Is it any picture? Yeah, that's a big dude. Jeez, like yeah, that's a human, isn't it? That's a fucking human. Fair play, man. Fair fucking play. Oh, is that him when he was younger? Shit. Yeah, that's a big dude, man. That's a big fucking guy. Not the smallest guy. Definitely a big guy.
Wow.
I have a clacker.
We look fucking dumb
Remember
as
that
shit.
clacker toy where it was like clack, 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 clack?
Good flip flop on the subjects.
What are you talking about?
You guys remember clackers and not this thing that I did stupid?
It's nuts. Welcome to the.
Oh, big up Jesse. Yeah, he's tall. Lewis. Okay, really? Okay, Lewis Jagamma doesn't look that tall. He looks kind of short. Okay, fair play. Fair play.
Really reveres this guy.
A human living legend. Look at Tony. He's flabbergasted.
He's the man. He's literally the man.
But in this context, it's all about Tony and maintaining his kayfabe.
Because I believe it in my heart.
Show's depressing, man.
You ever had Asian pussy?
I will never sign up to make fun of people that donate their time to making children better.
Maybe it's me, though. I don't know. Maybe I am the asshole. I'm going to see what people are saying about their recent show in London. We got some voicemail here from a few guys in attendance. Let me see what they're saying.
I was stage right, and every scumbag...
The reviews on the London show on the Reddit were brutal. People hated it. I think there was a bunch of people also there. Big up the Londoners, big up the Londoners, big up the Londoners, big up the fucking Londoners. There was a bunch of people out there too that were clearly fucked off their brains. High on coke, drunk out of their fucking nut, causing a ruckus as well. I think there was a bunch of people in the crowd that were causing a ruckus. So big up the London crew.
up there, booed non-stop for everything, and laughed when they got any reaction or could make a comic react. Booze, fights, people up and down to get drinks or a sniff in the bathrooms, and people so fucked up they didn't know where
Hey, London.
Comedy is fun.
These three blokes dressed as cowboys were sitting at the back throwing things and being loud by all accounts, but I just noticed when they threw something at the women in front of me, so I stood up and threw some sweets at them, and then I put my jumper on, walked up there and slapped one of the cowboy hats off their head. Then me and the three of them had a good brawl, and I thought it went rather well, but afterwards it turns out I had a couple of great big cuts on my head, so I'm not sure how that happened because their punches actually seemed very weak, and I didn't get any black eyes, bruises or broke nose. Then I left the building sharpish and went home to bed. Did anyone see if they had any weapons? Because I've come away with some nasty lacerations that's going to scar me face.
That sounds like a comedy show to me. Good. But yeah, it's a toxic environment. That's why it was the perfect place for Tony to transition into his final new guy. That's why it's called Kill Tony. It's where the old original Tony went to die. He unveiled his fully transitioned self with his most recent comedy special, tweet thing. And that's why that is called Garbage. Tony in, garbage out. And this new Tony just seems even more pissed off. He seems to still be following in the comedy czar's footsteps, right off a cliff. But when a guy doesn't have a real male role model, and all he's got is the comedy czar, what else could you expect? And now he spends time on the show doing these deranged, awkward rants about whatever dumb shit most recently pissed him off. Just like Dad.
But I came back home because I faced anti-Semitism.
You know, I hear this, but it's kind of funny because, like, if you make fun of an Italian, there's no word for that. If you make fun of everybody else, it's racist. Your people have a special word for racism. What do you think that means? If you take yourself out of the picture, what do you think about your people having a special word for just you? And what exactly did they say or do to you there?
Jesus Christ, exactly, comedy show. big up Elephant Graveyard. Exactly, comedy show, allegedly. Comedy show, allegedly.
They said, like, go back to, you know, Poland, all the normal shit.
But you've never been to Poland?
No, my ancestry is Ukrainian.
Oh, wow. There's some uneducated idiots that are rooting for you now. Not realizing that that country's stealing our money.
Comedy show.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a doctor.
What was your schooling like? Super Canadian?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't know this, but I study the Canadian healthcare system because they brag about how good it is. And I like to do my own research just to make sure that I live in the greatest country on planet Earth, and I do. But Canada does rights now for anybody that wants one. Am I correct?
No.
I know more about your system than you.
No. She's trying to be nice. She's trying to be nice about it. Yo, big up Rafael Quinta. Big up Gamebred Footballer. Wagwan.
Because I have a about it.
Hopefully you can tell by now that that right there is a guy who has fully migrated into a simulacrum. There really is something in the eyes, eh? Suey eyes. That's definitely a real thing. It's hard to believe, but all this crazy shit is how the top of the comedy world works now. I was tempted to end the investigation there, but I just kept staring up at that photo of David Lucas.
When you ask why as a kid, what happens if you keep asking? You either end up in theoretical physics or an insane asylum. And so I just didn't stop.
And it got me thinking, if Tony can build his own simulacrum nested inside of the Comedy Czar's simulacrum, then what if Joe the Comedy Czar's simulacrum is also nested inside a bigger, more powerful simulacrum? Well, guess what? It is. You just need to follow the breadcrumbs. It's actually not that
What
difficult.
does that even mean? He keeps saying this. What was simulacrum? What does that mean? Does that mean a simulation? What does that actually mean? Simulacrum is an image representation of someone or something. A small-scale simulacrum of a skyscraper. So what? Does it just mean like a simulation? Like what? Like a what? What is that other? An image representation. So what is an illustration of Jesus Christ a simulacrum? What example of a simulacrum? Recreational simulacrum include reenactments of historical events or replicas of landmarks such as Colonial Williamsburg or Eiffel Tower. Okay, so those little miniature Eiffel Tower things that you get on your key rings, those are simulacrums too. Interesting. Big up Elephant Graveyard. Mind expanding.
Right out in the open, which is part of this bigger cult strategy. They hide in plain sight, and they lay their plans out in public for all to see, because people tend to think if this were real, they would be hiding it.
What's your problem?
Anyways, remember Joe's buddy Duncan? Warning him about what might happen now that Joe's podcast had become so massive and influential? About guys from deep dark wells of influence penetrating Joe like a battering ram and using him to blow radioactivity all over the world? Well, he was spot on. And thanks to Guru David's guidance, we figured out who those evil penetrators are. They are a self-fulfilling, prophetic doomsday cult, run by technocratic billionaires who want the world to crumble so they can rule over its ashes. An Armageddon death cult, obsessed with the demise of humanity, and hell-bent on making it happen as soon as possible. Comedy. I discovered this plot almost by accident while taking a break from all that thinking. I sat in the tree outside my cabin, started reading this book I picked up at a garage sale in town. It was called The Lord of the Rings. And, while reading it was supposed to be a break from all that thinking about the comedy hell world, but it actually ended up illuminating the pathway to the truth about how comedy got so shit. So, in this story, these ancient elf guys created magic orbs called the Palantiri. These orbs allowed guys to see and communicate across vast distances with other guys who had an orb. The orbs were meant to help gain and share knowledge and make society work better, but you had to be very smart and strong-willed to use this technology.
Yo, big up Black American, Wagwan sis. Big up Black American in the house.
And just like in our world, most people are just really stupid. It's just the way it is. These orbs weren't inherently evil, they didn't necessarily lie, but they could show a selectively narrow version of reality. And if you had a double-digit IQ and tried to use one, you'd end up confused, misled, and completely dominated. And that's when I realized the guy who wrote this thing must be some sort of genius, because he perfectly predicted the internet and how it was going to break everybody's brain. And in the book, the bad guy is this guy called the Dark Lord. Well, the Dark Lord got a hold of one of those Palantir orbs, and he used it to dominate and reshape the minds of a bunch of influential guys who happened to have orbs too, like the boss of all the wizards, and this guy Denethor, the ruler of some kingdom castle or whatever. Using the orbs, the Dark Lord led both these guys to fully believe the apocalypse was upon them, and that there was nothing they could do to change it. He figured if these influential guys could be convinced the end times were upon them, there would be a trickle-down effect, where everyone would believe it, feel completely helpless, and just kind of give up, let the Dark Lord take over. The wizard boss guy reacted by joining the Dark Lord in his quest for domination, because if that Dark Lord is bound to win the war, he might as well be on the right side at the end of it. It's a philosophical suey. And poor old Denethor turned to utter despair and decided to just let Sauron get on with it, let his kingdom be dominated by the Dark Lord before doing a proper full suey himself. Oh yeah, there was this other king who didn't have a magic orb, so Saruman sent this guy, Wormtongue, nasty guy, to just go whisper in his ear, and it had the same effect. The point is, these guys essentially all got put inside a hyper-real simulacrum by the Dark Lord using that orb technology. The visions presented to them in the orb became their new reality, and because they were so weak and stupid, losers really, they were convinced there was no way forward except to embrace the apocalypse by joining that Dark Lord, or by going full suey. Why the f*** am I talking about this stupid book bullshit? Because the internet is our magic orb. But unlike this book, in our world everybody has one. In the book, the Dark Lord loses the war because the humans got a new king who still lived in classic reality. But imagine if every guy in this Ring story had an orb, and not just a couple of the leader guys. Even this new king wouldn't be able to convince enough people to defend the castle. The Dark Lord would have won for sure. Anyway, it's a good book. Check it out if you know how to read. Because that's kind of exactly what this Doomsday cult we're talking about did. They created and then gifted to us our Palantiri, the internet, social media, podcasts. They used their techno-wizardry to seize control of human behavior and thought, creating their Palantiri to be both completely addictive and to devolve all human interaction into complete negativity. Once that happens, our I gotta get the hell out of here gene activates, and when there's nowhere else to go, the cult offers escape pods into their simulacrum, which really are psychic apocalypse bunkers. The cult's goal is to destroy what they call the cathedral, which encompasses all the elements of our society that influence our thoughts and beliefs about the world. Everything from public education and universities to cultural industries, the media, and of course the new mainstream media like podcasts. Once all these institutions are destroyed, the cult can assume control of all of them, and then they can dictate public opinion and the direction our society should go, which for them is an authoritarian monarchy run by an autocratic CEO king. They call this the Dark Enlightenment. People have been talking about this already, but for some reason nobody has ever pointed out that comedy is also part of the cathedral. Because comedy is a tool that can cut through the illusion of hyperreality, one that can topple the pillars that uphold a simulacrum. They must destroy it. They've been doing this for as long as comedy has been a thing. And the cult identified their perfect target to infiltrate both the comedy and podcast world, the most gullible man in mainstream media. It was so...
The most gullible man in mainstream media is such an apropos title for Rogan, honestly.
Easy. They just led Joe down the path into the simulacrum with money and validation, and now he's their mainstream media puppet. And comedy is fucking crumbling, taken over by the cult. You think this is crazy? Who are the guys at the top of this cult? It's J.D. Vance.
We're letting a grown man walk around in a miniskirt in broad daylight?
It's
like
the
what?
techno-wizard billionaires. It's Elon. Mark Andreessen.
Sure, these things are being censored.
It's fucking Peter Thiel.
Talk about what's gone wrong in the U.S. because
they're all friends of the show. Weird, eh?
Everything's so much worse, you know.
Hello? They use comedy and podcasting as a fun
He's got such a weird walk in it. Look at him walking. He walks like he reminds me of Lush from No Jumper. Lush from No Jumper also has like a weird fucking scarecrow, devilish demon walk. You know what I mean? Fucking hell.
Horse to sneak themselves into the culture. And Joe and all his enablers let it all happen. Just sold out the entire comedy world. All while he preaches about the importance of comedy and how much it means to him.
It was a religious calling.
It's all a ruse, a great big scheme, a spectacle, comedy kayfabe.
250 comics.
In the cult's hyper-reality, he's the head of comedy. But in classic reality, he's the gangrenous toe of the comedy world, slowly spreading its vile infection throughout the rest of its body. It's messed up, man, but that's how comedy got so shit. I mean, I think we all knew it was Joe Rogan's fault, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think most people realize he's just one part of an intricate and pervasive takeover of the entire country. And if you're a comedy cultist and you want to write this off as a conspiracy theory, you should remember the teachings of Dear Leader.
When you do have an open mind and you are compelled to try to seek the truth, you got to be aware that these things have happened in history. They are real. As much as people who look for conspiracies and everything, there are also people who try to dismiss everything. And you have to be very careful because there are a lot of things that people do conspire to do.
Joe's legacy will forever be the guy who destroyed comedy. Probably the entire U.S., honestly.
God, that's true, man. That's actually true. That might be his actual legacy. When it's all said and done, forget the podcasting shit. His legacy might just be he destroyed stand-up comedy. He destroyed what we thought of stand-up comedy, how highly we held it in regard. You know? Its importance in culture has been completely eviscerated because of Rogan and his fucking cronies of unfunny hacks. They've completely destroyed it for everyone.
All the crazy shit the government is doing, Joe did that. Because in the president's own words, Joe won him the election.
He basically said, I won him the election.
And he sold out comedy to make it happen. And it should never be forgiven.
I thought you boys understood. It's business. That's all it is. There ain't no countries anymore. No more good guys. They're running the whole show. They own everything, the whole goddamn planet. They can do whatever they want. And they're gonna let us do good if we just help them. They're gonna leave us alone. Let us make some money. You can have a little taste of that good life too. Now I know you want it. Hell, everybody does. Do it to your own kind.
The American dream. The American dream, innit? Like, that's where the difference between the UK and the US is. We're kind of more rooted in reality because we have a monarchy and we have like classist society. So no amount of money, no amount of richness in the UK, no amount of wealth that you attain can ever get you in certain rooms. There are certain politicians, certain upper class people, certain blue-blooded royal family adjacent folks that you will never be in the same room with. But in America, there's this illusion that if you try hard enough, if you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, that you can be the next president. You can be in a room full of the most powerful people in the world just through default of you working really hard. It's a dream. It's an illusion. It's not really. It's not real for most of you out there. That's never going to happen. But the illusion is enough to keep people working hard, to have people not questioning why they don't have free healthcare, to keep them working on fucking shitty contracts with shitty benefits and no long vacations and shit. No, crappy fucking welfare system. All this malarkey. But so I don't know which one is better. I don't know if it's the UK system is better, where you know your position, you know your place in society, you kind of get what you can out of it and you keep on going, or the dream that Americans have with their American dream, where it's possible that you can have
powerful
more.
Bunch.
Big up Strange Cloud. Big up Strange Cloud. Appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a member. Big up Strange Cloud. Big up Strange Cloud. I don't know which one is better. Don't know which one is better, man. I don't know which one is better.
We all sell out every day. Might as well be on the winning team.
How does this all end? Well, how do most cults end? usually in some kind of terrible tragedy. Waco, Heaven's Gate, Jonestown. Who knows if those simulacrum pillars will hold? They're
what is he saying? Does he think someone's gonna come in and shoot up the mothership? Imagine if that happens, bro. Imagine if that happens. God forbid. Imagine somebody drives by 6th Street or drives along 6th Street and just sprays the mothership up. Sprays up the Comedy Store in fucking LA and shit. Fucking hell. Could you imagine the tears from these stand-up comedians if Rogan passed away like that? Could you imagine how many of them will be sobbing, Brendan Schaub style, when Chris D'Elia got cancelled? He meant so much. Like snot coming out of their nose and shit. They'll be crying so hard. It'll be so funny. Not to be dark, it'll be so funny. Bring up Kids on Moses. I think Open Grave is a legit filmmaker. If he changes his voice to these videos from the speech patterns, I think he figured out who do this, would never expose it. Oh, really? You know who he is? In real life? How do you figure that one out? Big up Kids on Moses. Big up Kids on Moses, little creeper. Little stalker. Little creeper.
shaky right now because nobody wants to uphold the Jeffrey Epstein pedo pillar. But it kind of has to be upheld. It's a load-bearing pillar. And it looks like they're expecting the comedy czar to fall in line and get rid of the controversy.
On Trump's desperate attempt to quell political blowback, the White House reportedly, quote, asking podcaster Joe Rogan to help ease the uproar over the Epstein files.
What's he gonna do?
I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna push back.
Right, no, of course. No, of course not.
Exactly. What am I gonna do? Push back. What are you gonna do? Volley and punch me?
Is the comedy czar gonna become Comedy Prigozhin, build out his personal militia, become a mercenary force,
and they get
attached to
shot in the
US
sky?
military,
Bang!
Maybe go for the coup?
Yo, Putin killed this guy and everyone that was on that plane. Innocent people, and no one batted an eyelid, by the way. No one's batted an eyelid. He hasn't been pulled up on charges. He hasn't been denied entry to certain countries. Trump is currently serenading him, whining and dining him. Putin shot this guy's plane out of the sky with random air stewardess on the plane, pilots that weren't involved. Like, fucking hell, bro. Like, scary shit, bro. Scary fucking shit.
Or maybe he becomes Comedy Colonel Kurtz, holed up in his bunker, completely disillusioned by civilization, a cult leader with an insatiable lust for power, descending into madness, waiting for the apocalypse.
See ya, boys.
Well, whatever happens, I think Joe should move the Mothership Wall of Fame a few more feet, right into the bathroom there. If he and his followers are just gonna piss and shit on these guys' so-called legacies. And as for the rest of us, I guess, well, try to identify if you're in a simulacrum and get the hell out of there. Go outside and anchor yourself in classic reality. Stick your feet in the mud. Observe the bark patterns of trees. Feel the warmth of the summer sun on your face. Do some can gazing. The more anchored you are in classic reality, the less
rewind.
Feel the warmth of the summer sun on your face. Do some can gazing. The more anchored you are in classic reality, the less easily you'll be sucked up into any of these embarrassing hyper-realities. Good luck with that. For me, I'm anchoring with a dip-a-day program right now, which means every day I'm jumping in that fucking lake.
Nice.
Swimming around, doing about 50 laps to the rock and back.
Nice.
That's no big deal for me. And then back to shore, cracking open a cold one, and lying in the sun as the water evaporates off my skin.
That's life, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. That's fucking life.
Rises back up into the clouds, where it'll become rain and fall once again to the earth. The cycles. I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, good. Gotta go. Bye.
Big up Elephant Graveyard. Big up Blood Clot Elephant Graveyard. Fucking legend. Big up Blood Clot Elephant Graveyard. Hearts in the chat for Elephant Graveyard. Big up Blood Clot Elephant Graveyard. Absolute legend. Really fucking enjoyed that one. Make sure you check it out. He's a fucking G. He's a fucking wizard. As Kesod Moses said, he's a fucking filmmaker. We don't deserve him in this fucking space. Or people like myself making dog shit, bare bones, basic fucking content. He deserves way more than this, okay? He shouldn't be here. He should be doing actual movies. Actual proper documentaries that are fucking put on fucking TV and shit. Or behind some fucking streaming paywall. He's a fucking G. Big up fucking Elephant Graveyard. You gotta love fucking Elephant Graveyard. Big up Blood Clot Elephant Graveyard. Heart emojis in the chat for Blood Clot Elephant Graveyard. We love him. We love him. I love him. You love him. Big up fucking Elephant Graveyard.